Spring cleaning always feels like a good excuse to get some things done that I've been putting off, kind of, not even just all winter, kind of just like in general. Those are the vibes for today's video, like spring cleaning, but make it sustainable. And you know, spring came for us a little early this year, like way too early. We got our first 90-degree day in February when that is normally not supposed to happen until April. I'm gonna get some things done today. I'm gonna bring you along with me. And one of the things, if you didn't know, I keep my compost bin in my freezer. It really makes a lot of sense if you have the room, if you can sacrifice the room in your freezer. You don't have to worry about smells, you don't have to worry about bugs, you don't have to worry about it rotting or molding. If you don't do that, I highly recommend. And yes, some people have told me that they just don't have enough freezer space. I get that, but at the same time, keeping our compost in our freezer actually motivates us to not just keep a bunch of stuff in our freezer, because that's, I feel like, a really easy habit to form. Buy stuff, keep it in there, never work through it. Giving up a little bit of space in your freezer for the compost, I feel like it's a win-win. But that's the first thing I need to get done today. But the compost is not just like taking it out to the outside compost where then the city picks it up. This is like cleaning it, because we just kind of dump it and it looks not very clean, not very good, but it's quite icky. So let's do that. Lots of food scraps, some things that went bad in the pantry. You know what a compost is. You know, when I decided today that I was gonna do spring cleaning, I thought, how long will I make it before I decide to put my hair up? And we now have the answer. One short trip outside, and the hair needs to go up. That is the answer. What's the temperature outside?
The temperature in Austin is 77 degrees.
So it hasn't made it to 80 yet today, but that's warm enough. Okay, don't judge me. I don't know if you think this is disgusting, but like a lot of the times after we empty the compost, this is what it still looks like at the bottom. We can give some of this to the girls, but that's actually a comment I get all the time, is that my chickens will eat all of these things, and the truth is that they won't. They're very picky little things. Look, even if we go put this out there, I guarantee you they won't be interested. Let's test that out really quick before we wash it. How do you feel? Oh, don't come in here. Don't come in here. You interested in any of that? Mildly. Oh, she took a cracker, okay. Okay, I'll leave that out there. Maybe they'll clean it up for me a little bit. Oh, she just stole the cracker. She's such a bully. I thrifted these a while ago. If you're not watching my shorts, highly encourage you to go check those out. In one of the little shorts that I made, it was basically like a come thrifting with me. And I talked about how I've been buying all the clear bowls I've been finding at the thrift store, because I want to put them underneath my plants, my house plants. So I'm gonna use these to go underneath, and basically when you water your plants, some usually comes out. It's kind of how you know you've given them enough, at least for me. And having these underneath would not only be more sustainable, but I think also more aesthetically pleasing. You know, if I had to pick one thing right now to tell you that is like contributing the most to my sustainable life, and if you wanted to try to live sustainably, the first thing I would tell you to do is to join your Buy Nothing group, because like half of the things in my life are from there. We have a really active Buy Nothing group in my neighborhood, which I'm so grateful for. I've actually made several friends from spring cleaning. Like, people are cleaning their homes, you're cleaning your home, and you're just kind of swapping things, which is where this Goo Gone came from. If you've been a thrifter, if you've been someone who saves your jars, I've been that person for years. I did use different DIY recipes, okay, for like basically this, different DIY recipes that they work, just not as good as this, y'all. And I got this recently when someone was cleaning up their garage. It's not that you can't do it with the DIY version. It's just so easy with this. And this is my first time I've experienced it in the last couple months, and it just makes things so easy. You just put like one spray on each sticker, let it sit for a second, and then when you come back, it's super easy to remove them. So if you don't know what a Buy Nothing group is, just Google Buy Nothing group, and then go to your state, then your city, then down to your neighborhood. There's probably one near you, and if not, you could start one of your own. But I highly, highly recommend that you become part of it. Incredible. Right, we're getting one step closer to being able to use these, but they have to dry for a second. But they are looking fantastic. We love. While I let those dry, I think it makes the most sense for me to go get the compost bin from outside, because the girls are done picking at it. They don't care about it. They're done. I think they literally took that cracker and said, I don't care about the rest. My best guess is this is not really a process you care to see. It's really not a process I care to witness happening. So I'm gonna give you a cute little before and after. Ta-da! Honestly, this is a big enough achievement for me for my spring cleaning day. This is good. I gotta put this back in the freezer. Madison will also be so freaking excited about that.
There's a good looking compost bin.
You like it? You're so cute. This is just me saying that I'm not encouraging you to let your domestic cats outside because it's not always the most eco-friendly thing. All right, we're gonna do one of the only types of unboxings you'll ever see on this channel, which are for eco-friendly like food or cleaning product typically, things that are consumables that you can't get secondhand. I typically like to talk about sustainable ways to do those things, and today's video is sponsored by Thrive Market, which is an online membership-based marketplace because their whole mission is about making healthy living easy and affordable to everyone. And I like to use them specifically when it comes to eco-friendly cleaning products, which is why I decided to work with them on this video today. But also some things that I can't get that are made locally, like I'll use Thrive Market because their warehouses are actually zero waste. Oh, also notice no plastic packaging in my box. And on top of their zero waste warehouses, their shipping is carbon neutral. We love that. Thrive Market is working towards becoming the world's first climate positive grocery store, and they are also B Corp certified, so we love to see it. And speaking as someone who is trying to figure out what the heck is wrong with their digestive system with my doctor also. But in the meantime, I'm trying to eliminate certain things from my diet to see how my body will respond. And I really love how on Thrive Market, I can sort by the things that I want to be in my diet or not. They actually have like a gajillion different ways to filter their food, but this is a gluten-free pasta, which as someone who loves pasta is not that fun, but it's nice that they have the ability for me to sort for it. And for every paid membership that they get, they also donate one to like low-income families, teachers, veterans, all that kind of stuff. These are treats for Tippy, and they are made with upcycled sweet potatoes. So you can sort by more eco-friendly things like this, and also the savings. Okay, this face wash is actually like my favorite face wash, and I've used it for years. It's by a brand called Lee. I've been buying it for so long, but at the beginning of this year, I decided I was gonna switch because I just didn't wanna pay the price that it is anymore. And Madison was like, wait, what do you mean you're gonna switch? I love that cleanser. She's been using my cleanser and I didn't even know it. And I actually got a discount on this through Thrive Market. So the only way we're gonna be buying this is through Thrive Market to get that discount. Okay, I'm just saying. So on this specifically, I saved $4 just on this that I'm buying for her every month. So we love to see that. I got 40% off of my favorite chocolate bar that I buy every month for my time of the month, and 40% off of these sardines, which I bought because I'm trying to switch Chippy's food because we're having so many health issues with him. But my account overall shows that I've saved almost $900 over the years of me using Thrive, so I'm a big fan, you could say. But I guess the most exciting part, since I'm partnering with Thrive on today's video, is that they're gonna give you 30% off of your first order with my code here on screen, thrivemarket.com/ShelbyOrm. So whether you're looking to eat healthier, save time on grocery shopping, or support more sustainable and ethical businesses, Thrive Market is definitely one I would add to your list. And this is gonna get added to my bin outside, our garden beds, as compost. Actually, I should do that right now before I forget, since I threw this on the ground right here. Oh, look who's being a good boy still. I'm still working on getting soil for the beds. That should be a spring project, but not for today. Another thing on my to-do list that I should do like every quarter to maybe twice a year is deep clean our pots and pans because they're ceramic and they get stains around them. So baking soda, got this from Thrive Market. This is all I normally use on it, and it takes a little bit of elbow grease, but if you just put the baking soda and like make it into a paste, let it sit for a while, scrub it down, then you can get the stains off. I feel like there were a lot of trendy ceramic like pots and pans that popped off during 2020, like pandemic times. Some of them low quality, not good, but a lot of the times I've seen people criticizing them, it's because they start to look like this and no one is deep cleaning them. And I do think that even like non-stick pans probably have stuff that we're not seeing because they're typically black and these ceramic ones are a lighter color. So it's easier to like tell when your stuff needs to be cleaned. So just that stuff. If you let it keep building up and you just keep doing more and more stuff on top of it, it's not gonna be good for your pots and pans. But if you take care of your things and give them a deep clean like like I said, every quarter, maybe twice a year. They'll last you a lot longer. So that's on my to-do list. Honestly, most of mine are looking really good. These are from Green Pan, and I've been using them since I think I got these in 2020, and I love them so much. I'll leave them linked below. When I replace things in my home now, especially if I can't get them secondhand, I purchase it with the intention of taking care of them. I'm trying to think heirloom quality, like things that I have one pan in here that's from my old roommate's grandma. And when you think about things that your grandma used for decades and then was able to pass down, there's not a lot of that's being made today. So when I do buy things new, I try to think, would I be able to give this to someone when I'm gone? And that's what I bought these with, that intention. And anything I buy new these days, that is the intention. Honestly, these don't look too bad. They've looked much worse before, but we're gonna clean them anyway. I'm feeling a little bit like a mad scientist in my kitchen currently. And honestly, can I tell you what the ratio is? No, I couldn't tell you like 2 cups baking soda, 1 cup water. I don't know. I just keep mixing them together until I get this consistency. And the overall goal is to make it to where you can spread it around, but wherever you put it, it stays there. Because a lot of the stains for me are around on the wall. And so I want to make it thick enough to where, like, this is really good. I did really good on this one, honestly. I'm just gonna keep mixing this together. Then we'll let them sit for a while and we'll move on to the rest of my projects. My list of things that I've been putting off that I want to get done now that it's spring cleaning time is very long. This shelf is on my list and it is reclaimed wood and I'm really excited about it. I want to put all my new like thrifted hosting wear up there, but haven't gotten to that. Also, mending some of our pieces of clothes are on my list. Do you want to show them? Yeah. I had her bring these down here because this is our project while we let the pans sit.
As you can see in the crotch region, there is a very big rip.
We were at the farmer's market the other day and she's like, stand behind me, I feel wind. I'm no expert mender, but I'm gonna try today, so.
I'm excited.
Wish me luck.
Good luck.
I think I need some black embroidery floss, so we're gonna go very quickly to my secondhand craft store. Actually, we can bike. One of my bigger goals for the year is definitely to think bike first, because one of the biggest like selling points, or one of the main reasons we got this house, is because of its biking score. When you look on Zillow, it'll tell you the walk, bike, public transit score. I try to take my bike as often as I can. The thing I'm learning about taking my bike though is that I have to be more prepared. I have to make sure my outfit kind of makes sense. Like I have to take my hair down right now to put my helmet on. I get a little bit nervous about doing it by myself. Like going with Madison, we can get all the way downtown on pretty relatively safe and protected bike lanes. But when I have to go places by myself, I get a little bit nervous. So I probably am not gonna video myself on the bike, just because both in the way that some of the bike lanes are not that protected, but mainly in the way that people drive in our neighborhood / this part of town, it makes me so anxious. So I will just see you when I get to the store, okay? Okay, not that I completely forgot about these, but this is kind of how my brain works. We were just supposed to let those dry and come back to working on those, but then I started the pans, and then I went to go get the thread to work on the pants, and it's just, we'll get to those eventually. I really only got what I needed, plus a few balls of yarn, because I have big dreams of doing lots of big reuse crafted projects this year, and one has to do with like fiber art and a lot of blues and greens. So I've been collecting good ones every time I go there and see ones I think would be good for it. I'm just gonna work on these pants, see if I can get them done by the time the sun goes down, and probably listen to a podcast. Gonna probably put the podcast on and attempt to fix these and let you know how it goes. That was actually so much faster than I thought it would be. It took me like 5 minutes once I got all the pins in. It's just right on this seam. This is where I did it. Again, nowhere near a professional at sewing at all. I know how to take a thread like in and out of fabric. I learned that actually like long time ago. I took home ec in middle school, Always tying the knot towards the end is a little bit challenging for me to do it like the fancy way instead of just pulling a knot through, but I'm finishing off my knot right now, and then we'll turn these back inside out and see how it looks, and I guess we'll have Madison try them on. Oh my god!
See what we got. Wow.
You have to put them on and see what we think.
Nice.
Okay, put them on for my video, please.
Okay, putting them on.
Can you do us a little fashion show?
Whoa.
Okay, bend over.
Wow.
There's no hole there anymore. Wait, let me look. Oh yeah, hole is gone.
Very nice.
The hole is gone. It actually took me so much less time than I thought it would. So we still have time to get a couple more things crossed off the list. Really just placing these where they need to go, which over here where plants are, I think is where I'm gonna put them. And then scrubbing the pots and pans. And we will have achieved a lot on my spring cleaning to-do list. There's not a great setup for me putting my camera behind the sink to be able to clean everything and also show you. So I'm gonna start it here and then I'll move to the sink. Hopefully we can do a side by side here, but this is what the small one looks like now that I cleaned it off. It's just a piece of bamboo. It's called a bamboo pot scraper. It's just what I have and what I use. So all you have to do once the baking soda has kind of dried up is you're gonna put the lemon on, because the citric acid will react with the baking soda. And to me, just kind of breaks it all up. And you can hear it too. Onto our baking soda. While I'm doing this, I asked on Instagram if you had any questions that you would like me to talk about during my spring cleaning video. What items are multi-use? My spouse is a uni-tool aficionado and it drives me nuts. For me, like baking soda and vinegar and lemons, those three ingredients, if you have them, you can clean like literally anything. I genuinely like don't understand how or why we got to this point where there are entire aisles at the grocery store for cleaning products when like just the basics work so well. Balance between not having clutter and also saving things that can be reused. I struggle with this a lot actually, but I think you'll find a balance over time for what makes sense to you. For me especially, since now we have really easily accessible the secondhand craft store, and because my buy nothing group is so good, things I know I'll reuse all the time, I'll keep, especially if it's things that I want to craft with. Glass jars, you always have a need for more glass jars, so I keep things like that. Cardboard, if it comes into my house, I'll usually keep it because I can find a use for it like within the next few weeks. I feel I don't get a lot of packages, but I keep most of the ones I do because I like to craft with cardboard a lot. We have a visitor. Like I said earlier today, I will sing the praises of my Buy Nothing group all day, every day because it's incredible. Also, we got all the brown spots off of this pot. I'm very proud of that. Haven't worked up to using washable cleaning cloths on toilets. Suggestions, is it safe? What I've realized over the last like little while is that I'm just not, germs don't bother me. I use a toilet brush for the inside of my toilet, and the outside, honestly, especially if you are on a regular routine of cleaning your bathroom, it's really not that dirty. So yes, I think it's perfectly hygienic. I've never used anything other than a reusable washcloth on my toilet, and hopefully we can make the comments of this video just a big resource for people who have doubts or need better solutions, because obviously I can just tell you about my perspective. I'm one person. Do you have a list of cleaning products by trusted companies that work? Toilet, dishwasher, laundry. Well, specifically since you mentioned dishwasher, laundry, I use drops for both of those things. I've been looking for an alternative that doesn't have PVA because it's been a contentious ingredient, but in general, I'm still using drops because I have so many of them. But for literally like everything else, I pretty much use, like I said, vinegar, baking soda, and lemons. I'm so lost on repairing stuff. I'm a visual learner. Have you found any good YouTube tutorials for repairs? Actually, I used a YouTube tutorial for fixing Madison's pants earlier, so I'll link that below if I can remember. But if you just, I Googled like repairing crotch of pants. I feel like you can learn anything on YouTube, and if you watch one tutorial and it just isn't quite what you need, there are probably like 20 more that you could just watch and skim through and see if it would be what you needed. But I'm a huge advocate for learning like literally almost anything you could need on YouTube, especially repairing. Okay, let's rinse these off. The big reveal on projects like this is just so satisfying. Oh, this is this one. Nice. This one looks really good. And there we go. Beautiful. I'm so happy I did this. There's obviously something about meaning to do something for a long time, and then when you finally get around to doing it, it's like, that didn't take that long. It wasn't that hard. It's all mental. It's in my head. It's my anxiety. I know it lives rent free in my head at all times. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I got so much done because I guess I was doing it for you, which makes sense. But I still have so many other things I have on my list. Like, I wanted to style that shelf. I want to finally take down some of my birthday decorations that I've been meaning to do. I was gonna list them on my Buy Nothing group and show you how that works. So I don't know, if you want to see like a part 2 of this, let me know, or just like vloggy style videos like this. If you like them, let me know, because there's so many different formats of YouTube videos these days, and I actually really like all of them. I think they say that's not good for the algorithm to make like so many different formats, but what can you do? I'm a passionate girly. In any format, I like to talk about sustainability, and I'm just gonna keep doing it. Oh, but also a huge thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Thrive Market. Super appreciate brands that support my work because it makes it possible for me to do more stuff like this for you. So if you're interested in checking them out, like I said, the link at the top of the description will get you 30% off of your first order. And remember, until next time, you cannot do all the good that the world needs, but we have someone here who would like to remind you that the world needs all the good that you can do. Bye, guys.